Oh, you know another thing too? Start using a back camera, cause it'll be better.
Kind.
Yeah, I've been meaning to say that for like the last month, dang near.
Flip it?
Yeah, flip it, yeah. Cause the mic will probably be louder and it'll be clear. That's why we can't get that shot.
I'm saying like so the words don't leak out there?
Yeah, okay, con. That's it. Let me see.
I think I did flip it, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know real quick.
Yeah, we live already. Yeah, we gotta start using the back camera. I've been meaning to say that's my bad. So this will be last week. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I flipped it, I think, the other week.
Yeah. Yeah, we good. As long as we can be heard. Yeah, yeah. If the mic don't be as loud as it should, that's a whole, you know, a whole joint. That must do not be loud, dog. So we're gonna flip it next week, more work. Well, we good. That sounds good. All right, Kyle, we good. Let's get it. All right. So we in. Yeah. Somebody step in. All right. So Shalom. Got the east. I'll join the top. Top right there. Top good, yep. All right. So we're back out here again to do the work of the Lord. You know, the Spirit is, you know, the new moon, the new month, which is a new month, and it's a Shabbat, which is also is a Shabbat because it's the feast of the memorial of born of the Trumpets, right? So we're gonna have a spiritual feast real quick, and we're gonna also go into the history of it, you know, to understand the memorial of the born of the Trumpets. Before we do so, we're gonna face the east and give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh, Yahweh. Double honor to the hopefully elect elder apostles slaves to be saved. Lord, we'll start with the elder men at the Great Millstone Church on down to the rest that may be out here and been out here under the same doctrine. On to the rest of the Akim, you know, here at this faction, doing what they need to do in the order. We probably, because then it's going to, we can scoot over a little bit. You know, doing what they need to do at this faction of the hopefully elect, this hopefully elect assembly. We're also in on, so you can bunch up with the brother. All right. On to the rest of the Akim doing likewise to the rest of the beautiful believers in on his face. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. So yeah, man. So let's just go ahead and get straight into it. Let's get it. Leviticus 23. I don't say that's verse 24. Somebody hold Numbers 10. So this be verse 1. All right. So,
Leviticus 23:24. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Shabbat, a memorial of blowing of trumpets.
Right. So this is one of the feet. This is one of the holy convocations of the Lord. Go ahead.
In holy convocation.
Right.
Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
So this one a double whammy because it fell on the Shabbat, right? So if it wasn't a Shabbat, you would treat this memorial like a Shabbat, all right? So no servile work, call off if you can, right? and just glorify the Lord. Get out into the elements, cook you some food, obviously before entering into it, because it'll be treated like a Shabbat. So you'll have all that prep at sundown, right? By the end of sundown. Now we obviously in the place of our captivity, but you still what? You rehearse the righteous acts of your house by smell shot. And that's exactly what we're doing. Somebody can get Judges 5 and 7. Yep.
Judges 5 and 11. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord.
Right. So there it is. So this is a rehearsal right now. Right? Everything, that's why, who said that? Pretty much the things we're doing now is just it's a shadow of the things to come. So it's not the real thing. Right? And why? Because we're in the place of our captivity, and this ain't our home. This is not our rest. The Lord told us to arise and depart, all of that, which is going to go into the understanding, or which that goes into the understanding of the memorial of blowing the trumpet, right? Because this memorial, did you finish in Leviticus? All right, let's get number 10 and 1. Go ahead and explain it. Somebody can hold Micah 2 and 10 then.
This Numbers 10 and 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, make these 2 trumpets of silver.
Right. So it wasn't a shofar. These are trumpets, particular trumpets. It was 2 trumpets. And they were both to be made of silver. Go ahead. And these are the trumpets that we blow on the memorial of the Feast of the Trumpets. Right? Go ahead, brother.
Of a whole piece shalt thou make them.
Right. Go ahead.
That thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly.
He said of what kind of piece?
Of a whole piece.
So a whole piece of silver. Now that's spiritual. How many people walk around with all silver, all gold? So that's how we know. Even if we try, it's a rehearsal. We're going to come up short. That's why it says that in Sirach, the 43rd chapter. You know? You can get that. Sirach 43. You got to understand that. But the ironic part about it is, once you hear about, okay, what these trumpets is for and represented, which will give you the understanding of what the memorial blowing of the trumpets is, you will get what it's about. All right? So we can get Sirach 43. Yep. And yeah, you got it. You already know you got it. Time of peace. Nah. 30. Yep.
Sirach chapter 43 and verse 30.
Sorry, 27.
Verse 27, it says, we may speak much and yet come short.
Right. See that? Go ahead.
Wherefore, in some,
Right.
he is all.
See? So we come short on everything. Even though we speak much, it don't matter how much we bring it out, we still come up short. You can't bring it out enough. Because what can really tell, how far can we really convey to you people, which goes into, once again, with the memorial of the trumpets about, which more so speaks volumes now. Right? How can you really warn somebody? Right? So you can hold that.
Numbers 10 and 2. Make thee 2 trumpets of silver of a whole piece, so thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly, and for the journeying of the camps. And when they shall blow, with them,
Yes.
all the
So these trumpets is for the assembling of ourselves. Right? You will blow one. Right? Read that verse again one more time, Bible stop. If somebody holds Zephaniah 2:1.
Numbers 10 and 3. And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to be at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
So you blow with both of them, right? But it's in a particular manner. When both trumpets blew it, that means we're together. When we would hear those trumpets, we're already assembled, right? Go on. And that's spiritual. So that's what we're doing now, so we're just going to go ahead and cut straight to it. You got something?
Isaiah 58.
Well, hold that. That's good. We'll get the other one. Get the, because that's going into the second part of it. The blowing of it, right? Zephaniah 2 and 1.
Zephaniah 2 and 1.
Huh?
Gather yourselves together.
See that? Come on.
Yeah, gather together.
Come
O nation not desired.
Right. Why? See that? So the trumpets will be used to tell us to do that. So we see now that's what's happening. We're being told to gather together. What are we missing? The trumpet. But as the brother just quoted, you go ahead and jump there.
It's Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Our voice is the trumpet. See that? So that's why we're gathering together. And everybody that knew they was an Israelite, when they heard that trumpet, was supposed to gather together off one type of sound though. When you would hear both of them in a certain manner, it's time to gather. That's what that sound meant. And that's exactly what our voice means right now. It calls for the assembling of ourselves together. All right? And even so we could jump back to Zephaniah.
Zephaniah 2 and 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together. O nation not desired.
Which is who? The Israelites. Go ahead.
Before the decree bring forth.
See that?
Before the day pass as the chaff. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you. Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. It says, seek ye the Lord.
So that's it. Right? Now, all that go into this. But before we get to that, which is more so the time now, I just have you know that's what it was about. They weren't just blowing the trumpets to gather us together only. They weren't used for just that. You got it, brother.
Numbers 10 and 3. And when they shall blow, and when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Yeah, now you know it's heavy. If that's what is going on right now, spiritually, where the hell everybody at? Right? Where's everybody at, man? You know? Now, if you didn't do that thing, what would that lead to? Go ahead. If you heard the trumpet blew, but you didn't gather together. Because obviously we assembling for a reason, which goes into what? Ezekiel the 33rd chapter. See how I keep unfolding? One hears the trumpet or the sound of the alarm and they don't take heed. It's because danger is coming and you probably gonna die. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. Shall there be a trumpet blown in
Hold that.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
If they,
Get to the initial understanding of the history of this. Trying to get through that, then we're gonna tie it into what? Because we're gonna say all that, but you got it.
and if they blow but one, and if they blow but with one trumpet, then the princes, which are heads of the thousands of Israel,
So if they blow with one trumpet, now this is if they use one trumpet. Go ahead.
which are heads of the houses of thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee.
So if you heard one trumpet be blew out of the two silver trumpets, that was a call for the princes, the heads of the camps or whatever, right? Go ahead.
When you blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east parts shall go forward.
Right. Now, you got different manners in which you will go about blowing the trumpet. Right? Because you're still blowing a trumpet, but this says an alarm. So you can blow a trumpet in a way to where it doesn't sound alarming, but also in a way to where it does. And at that point, our people will know, okay, go ahead, it's time to get up. Who was it? It was them on the east, right? Let me read it again.
When you blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east part shall go forward.
Right. So once they hear the trumpets come off in an alarming way, it's not to assemble, it's not for the princes, the heads of the camps to gather together. It's for us to get the hell out of here and make a move. Right? Go ahead. It's time to get up and go. Go ahead.
When you blow an alarm the second time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey.
Right. They'll blow the alarm, they'll send another alarm. Now to get the rest of the camp to the south. Right? Go ahead.
They shall blow an alarm for their journey.
Yep. And we about to take a journey. It's time to go. Which goes into, that's, man, that is. So the Feast of Memorial Trumpet speaks more volumes now than it did then. For those that's in the truth, you understand, right? Go ahead.
It says, but when the congregation is to be gathered together,
So really, the spirit of it is, it's a memorial. We were remembering what those trumpets meant, the blowing of them. We got to remind ourselves sometimes, you know? Yeah, why do I take lead, right? Go ahead. You want to finish it then? You know,
but when the congregation is to be gathered together,
right. Now, but when the congregation is to be gathered, go ahead.
ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm.
See that? So it's a difference. If we just out here talking, it's neutral. But if we out here yelling and making it clear, which is what Paul was talking about in the 14th chapter of Corinthians, when he said, if one come in an unknown tongue, right, how anybody going to understand what you're saying, right? Or if you talking on a level to where people can't understand, you're not condescending. How people going to understand, you mean business, right? That's why the Lord had that said by Isaiah, which is what? Raise up thy voice like a trumpet and shew my people their transgression. Don't just play like you playing them a song, because they probably start dancing, right? But blow like you, like the sky's finna crack. And that's spiritually what we're doing right now. So we're going ahead and finish. I know, bro, got scripture. Good. 10 and yeah, kind of. We're going to read through verse.
I want to do that out.
10. Oh, you could read through 10. Yeah, we read through 10. That'll be it. That's it.
Numbers 10 and 8. And the sons of Aaron, the priest, shall blow with the trumpet.
Right. And the only people that can blow these trumpets, to give you more understanding, background on this, right? Only the priest can blow them. Everybody couldn't just blow the trumpet. Right? Because you wouldn't fit to know to do that. You probably blew it the wrong time. You probably, imagine if you gave that trumpet to all Jacob. Jacob just be making music, right? Or whatever. Go ahead. And it get a lot of stuff wrong. So to show you that the priest is tapped in, which spiritually, we are in a lot of priests now. Because we're a nation of priests. We're a royal nation of priests now. Right? So go ahead.
And the sons of Aaron, the priest, shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generations.
Yeah. So did the Lord lie? No. Because we still keep it. Right? It's just spiritual now. Go ahead.
And if ye go to war in your land against...
Now, they also use the sign of war. Go ahead.
And if you go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets.
Right. So you blow with both trumpets in an alarming way when we're about to go to war. Right? When there's someone that's trying to besiege us of our enemies. Right? Yahweh, by some Yahweh Shai. At this point, back then, Yahweh, he was what? Basically to summon him, man. He'll stop us from being destroyed. That's how much power those trumpets held, man. Go ahead. What's it going to say?
Then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpet, and ye shall be remembered before the Lord your God.
There it is. Meaning what? Go ahead.
And ye shall be saved from your enemies.
See that? So the memorial of the trumpets is a very serious thing. See that? And it gotta be something that Jake slept on, because it was said to be kept as a memorial, meaning we will always have to remember this. Meaning we probably overlooked the importance and the significance and the power of these trumpets. When we about to go to war, Jake forget all we gotta do is blow the trumpet. Meaning get organized. See, and that shows that the Lord was pointing out that we weren't organized. And that proves that we're not organized now, because that's not taking place, right? Or being observed by everybody. But spiritually it is. But it's being observed by, spiritually it's taking place, but it's only being observed by some. Not everybody this time. You got it.
Numbers 10 and 10. Also in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginning of your months, you shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings, and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings. that they may be to you for a memorial before your God.
Yep.
I am the Lord your God.
So we send up an offering with it, right? Which this is our offering right now. This is the spiritual altar right now. Why we're making a sacrifice with our lips, right? Now let's just go ahead and bring this in to how this is how this is going on now spiritually. Let's kick it off with Isaiah 58:1 that you brought that.
It's Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions.
So that's is that in a regular way? That'll be in the alarming way. See that? So that shows us what? We need to move. Because remember, that's when it will be blown in an alarming way. When we need to get up and move. That's Micah 2:10. Let's hit that real quick. Yep.
It's Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
What did that go back to? See that? Like I said, you gotta know the history to understand the mystery. Right? Go ahead.
For this is not your rest, because it is polluted.
So all camps are supposed to rise, all Israelites collectively supposed to rise and fucking depart, man, and take a journey, which goes to 2nd Exodus 16 chapter, be as pilgrims upon the earth. That's going on now, right? But this can only happen if the trumpet was being blown. But it is, you just read it. Lift up your voice like the trumpet. See, I'm supposed to be getting in the spirit of what? Because the priest blowing the trumpets. What? Arising and departing. All Israelites collectively. But everybody gonna do, is the elect, right? You got it, brother.
It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you.
And this is a simple reason, which takes you to Ezekiel 33. So that's the first part. So let's jump back to Isaiah 58 one more time. So that's for the arising when you blow in one, because that's in one sense. So when you will blow the trumpets in an alarming way, it's time for us to take a journey, get the hell out of here. And the second part is what? War. War is brewing, man. Through who? Enemies being after us, man. But Jake don't get it. Jake don't get it, man. They setting this whole world up to collapse on you right now. They're about to pull the mat from under Jake's feet. And we here blowing the trumpet, these dumb noise don't listen. So you know what's going to happen? What it says will happen when the trumpet is blown and one doesn't take heed, and it's according to Ezekiel 33. Right? You got it, brother.
It's Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Right, which would be the reasoning for why the Lord will let somebody come against us. Right? Because remember, he said, the wicked, which is our enemies, is his sword, which he sent against us to punish us. So if you got sin, that's why we find ourselves in war and all our enemies surrounding us, because we in sin. Right? You first got it. You first got it. Go ahead.
I was hoping this is Ezekiel 3:17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. So the watchmen are set up right upon that watchtower, as they were in the ancient days. But it's happening now. Watching what's going on, watching for prophecies, right? Seeing what the enemy's about to do. And those watchmen, those very same watchmen, are set out to give you warning from the Lord, right? And the warning is for your own good. You're said to depart because it'll destroy you, right? It's that simple. Jake is a rebellious and stiff-necked people, right? You had something, brother, Amos?
Yeah, time.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 3, and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Right, that show you what? That when our people heard that trumpet thing, in an alarming way, fear was supposed to come over you. Not fear of the enemy, but fear of the Lord. Right? You got it. Yep.
It says, shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
And see, that just back exactly what was just said. The Lord sent them enemies, man. He sent them. Matter of fact, go to Joshua 3. Somebody go to Joshua 3 and 1. Yep.
Joshua 3:1, and Joshua rose early in the morning, and they removed from Shittim, and came to Jordan, he and all the children of Israel, and lodged there before they passed over. And
Well,
they
you
came,
know what? Right? Because the Lord, he controls these enemies. He set these enemies up.
I got a quick point on that.
Okay, you got it.
It's, Matthew 10:28.
Judges.
It says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." That's the Heavenly Father. So when you hear these things, when you hear the warning coming out, you are to fear not man, not the enemies, but your Heavenly Father, which is in heaven.
Which is what those trumpets once again will make you think of. They represent enemy wars. You gotta remember that. That's why it's a memorial. You gotta really understand this. Like, it was a memorial because our people clearly would sleep on that. Trumpets represent what? For us, war, enemies, possible besieged, the loss of life, the loss of our land, not being able to be comfortable. That's what all that represented.
That was it on that.
Bring it down, brother. You see yourself on this side? See yourself on here?
Who would you go back to going on this side? You was just a Mexican. You realize that, have you ever heard of the Israelites? No. Well, do you believe in God? No. You don't believe in the Bible? No? What do you believe in?
Not religion,
Not religion. Just like the universe?
science and universe and stuff.
Or if I had a, you got something to say?
It's 1 Timothy 6:20. It says, "O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called."
So when you come up to the house of the Lord, you got to understand that we have a platform, and what we use is the Holy Bible, right? The scriptures, we believe in God, right? The Most High, and He has a Son, right? And if you don't believe in these things, if you come back from His holy people, His chosen people.
I want to point too, let me make this point too. You said you believe in science. So the Bible puts science. They say avoid science, so falsely called. God puts science. Science is meaning true knowledge or something. So that's how we know this Bible to be correct. So I don't know what you believe in.
I don't have a lot of experience with religion, so I'm still very open-minded with everything.
What does religion mean?
That's what I'm saying. I don't have experience.
The word religion means, to go back to the word religios, Latin word religios, which means belief. That's all it means, right? So it's just a belief. So you believe something.
Yeah.
So by definition, you do believe in religion. See? But you got it.
Yeah, I was going to say, the thing about religion too is that anybody could conform to being a Muslim, right? Anybody could be any other type of religion. This isn't a religion. You can't. This is exclusive, right? It's exclusively to these people you see on the side, right? Why? Because it's your heritage. It's something that you can't change. You can't change being a Mexican, right? That's what you're born as, right? So what happened with the so-called Mexicans? They forgot who they were, right? They forgot who they went back to, but God's children.
Genesis 49:1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
So this is the Lord speaking, the Heavenly Father, and He's gonna say something that's gonna befall the so-called Mexicans in these last days, which we are now living in. So,
Gather yourselves together, and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Verse 14, Issachar is a strong ass.
Like, so Issachar, they're going all the way down on the board there. He's tail of the so-called Mexican, right? He said it's a strong ass. An ass is another word for a donkey, right? Donkeys are made and they're built as one of the strongest animals, right? And they're made to carry heavy loads, right? So it's a strong ass. One of the hardest working people that you have today, you know, are the so-called Mexicans. That's just a fact. You know, Future got that one song he said, Mexican on working like I'm Mexican, right? It's something that's based on our people, right?
You can put like a pamphlet or something. I gotta get rolling at home, but like, how do I learn more? I gotta figure it out.
You could just search Hebrew Israelites.
You got a phone?
Hebrew Israelites on YouTube. They're all over YouTube.
I'm
Right?
finished.
Brother's gonna plug you up with YouTube.
You said Hebrew Israelites?
You ever heard, because I got finish this verse and I got one more verse for you. So it says, Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens. So, like he already explained to you, that just represented how Issachar would be used in the last days, which are an Israelite tribe. They would basically be used as they would have a workload put on them. And when you go into the word Issachar means he is hired. So who gets more? Who works all the jobs really in America? And if you had to say with you, so-called black people, but who would other people be that's the so-called Mexicans? That's what the Lord said will befall the Israelites in the last days. And I had one more thing I want to say to you. Oh, Aztecs. You ever heard of Aztecs? Aztecs, they go back to the Azteca, but the Mexica, the Mexica people, whatever. That goes back to obviously Mexico. The original name of Mexico wasn't Mexico. It was due to Israel. It was basically Mexica or Maisaka. That meant anointed one. So when y'all found that land, y'all named it after the Messiah, who is a so-called black man. He's not a so-called white man according to the Bible. And y'all knew this because y'all the Hebrew Israelites. The Mexicans they spoke Hebrew before they spoke Spanish. They was converted. So when y'all got to America, which talked about in the Bible, which is how Columbus found America, because he knew y'all found, the Israelites found America. It was in his writing. And that's how he found America. He was looking for the tribes. When y'all got to America, y'all named the land Mexico, which was once a part of America, Maisaka, which means anointed one, or unction, right? And that's basically the point. Y'all spoke Hebrew completely. So that's how we know y'all the Hebrew Israelites. When you look at your clothes, your garments, this is a natural garment by the brother one. That's Israelite attire according to the Bible. Y'all food, tacos, what else?
It's just unleavened bread. Y'all just go back to the scriptures. You know, the fringes, the next time you watch another fight, he's gonna walk out with one of these.
A lot for me to think about. Thank you guys for your time.
We got the pictures. We got the pictures for the food. Okay, we like food. We're going home, bro. Take a picture of just our last one. Take a picture of our faces. And the reason why this is important, brother, because God, even though you say you don't believe in God, America about to be destroyed by God. And the people that's written to be saved according to this book, right? And we know this book too, because everything that's happening is in this book. And that's about to happen is in this book. They're the only people written to be saved out of it. So that's your ticket out of this, just being born a Hebrew Israelite. We're not a religion, we're not a cult. This is a race. This is the actual race of so-called Mexicans, Latinos, and so-called Black and Native American Indians. We're the same people. The white man lied to us. And another thing too, don't take this, because this is what the society is being instructed to go into right now. They're about to get rid of this dollar. And they're gonna issue what the Bible is talking about, which you probably heard of, the mark of the beast. That's gonna be the new form of money. You're not gonna be able to buy, sell anything without having it. If you take this, you cannot repent anything. Don't take it.
think about it. All right. Thank you guys. All right.
Like, you got it, brother. Whoever's last speaking. Oh, Judges 3.
This is Judges 3 and 1. Now,
Look. I ain't even noticed this. Yeah, it got it. Whatever that is.
Judges 3 and 1. Now these are the nations which the Lord left.
See, once again, we can read Isaiah 58 one more time. He don't know. That's why you got to know your history. Because you don't know the trumpet being blown right now. He just completely a displaced Israelite. He don't know about the trumpets and the history of it. He don't know dang wars on the way. Besieging. You're going to get rounded up. You might get killed by your enemy. You need to arise and depart. You need to be getting the hell out of this place spiritually. He don't know that though. So what you think gonna happen? The Lord about to send these enemies to get down on you, man. You got it.
Judges 3 and 1. Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them.
See? These are the nations or races that the Lord left to prove Israel. So these people are none more than an obstacle course set up by the Heavenly Father for us to get us fit and to prove to the Heavenly Father we're conquerors. Obstacle courses were built for people to get through. A maze is created to be solved. A puzzle is created to be put together. But Jake not doing these things. But that's what these nations kind of are to us, right? Go ahead.
To prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan.
Right, you're supposed to see these people you among and see how our people better than all of them. And you're supposed to put all these people, which are pieces, like to a puzzle, and put it together and be like, oh, superior, inferior, slaves. Oh, I'm over you. Our people not doing that though, right? Go ahead. That's why it says if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. If you can't see this, you lost, man. You got it.
Only that the generations of the children of Israel might know to teach them war.
See that? And another reason why he left these people, which will be non-Israelites who can pretty much be used to come up against us, right? As enemies, is to show us how to war. So, and that's proven to you when the Lord said those trumpets will be blown for war. The nations around us, everybody else, non-Israelites, will be sent to us. But it wasn't for what? Was it to destroy us? No. It was to prove us. It was to teach us war. We're supposed to learn how to move in war. When war on the way, you're supposed to have formations. You're supposed to be organized. You're supposed to know all of these things. You're supposed to know who you're going to war with. Right? You got it.
Judges 3 and 2. Only that the generations of the children of Israel might know to teach them war, at the least, such as before knew nothing thereof.
See? That's the whole point, to get us in condition. They just lazy, just around wax, fat, and kick. Alright? So when you blow a trumpet, you sleep in the middle of the morning, through innate human response, you're gonna get up like, oh shit, what the hell is that? You know? Why think the end is synonymous with trumpets being blown? The seals and all that. Trumpets, trumpets, trumpets. You're gonna hear them. You can know what's going on. You can respond a certain way. But our people like dead. They ain't responding like they dead. They bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Right? Go ahead.
Namely 5 lords of the Philistines, and all the Canaanites, and all the Sidonians, and the Hivites that dwelt in Mount Lebanon.
Yep. All these damn Hamites, right? The inhabitants of the land of Israel, which was called Canaan at the time. Right? Which ain't nobody named, ain't no Africans. Because African, the word African comes from a damn so-called white man, European man last name, man, the Edomite's last name. Right? So that was the son of Ham when you read the Table of Nations, Canaan. Right? Genesis 10. Go ahead.
From Mount Baal Hermon until the entering of Hamath. And they were to prove Israel by them.
Right. That's the whole point. What you gonna do? But what do our people do? Go ahead.
To know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of the Lord,
Go ahead.
which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses.
See? And what did Moses tell our fathers? This is what you do when you hear the trumpets, which to signify this, or this. And if it's like this, you know it signifies this. If it signifies this, which are enemies, war brewing, you're supposed to respond that way. And if it's war brewing, that means it's coming from the people around you that aren't you. Go ahead, because we're not supposed to war with each other. Go ahead.
And the children.
And that's how you know the illusions our people think, the beef they think they got with each other, it's just literally them being just confused as fuck. Even if your biggest enemy of your own people ain't your enemy, right? That's not who you about to, like, that's not who's trying to end your world, bro. He got a curse on him. He has a curse on her. The real war will come from your true enemies. Your natural born enemies. Your brothers can turn into enemies. Like they say, friends turn to enemies, frenemies. But a natural Israelite isn't that's not your enemy, that's your brother. He's not, it's like you have two sons. They're not born as enemies. You know? But that's what made the whole situation with Jacob and Esau crazy. You know? Abel and Cain. Right? Because it can happen. But you got it. Brothers going enemies, man. You got it.
Judges 3 and 5. And the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites,
Right.
and Perizzites,
Yeah, a bunch of damn Hamites. Go ahead.
Hivites, and Jebusites.
So-called Africans. Go ahead.
And they took their daughters to be their wives.
This is what we did. So he only left them for us to destroy them as we was told to do. Because we were trying to claim our land back. Because that was the Garden of Eden. Right? The land flowing with milk and honey. AKA paradise. Right? So we were supposed to take their ass out. But Jacob did what? So we can get Psalms 106 and 35 real quick.
Psalms 106 and 35 says, but were mingled among the heathen.
You can jump over.
Psalms 106 and 34. They did not destroy the nations,
See?
concerning whom the Lord commanded them,
Yeah. Right?
but were mingled among the heathen,
Yep.
and learned their works.
See? That's the equivalent of hearing the trumpet and you seeing the people clearly on their way to you, your enemies, and you trying to go get dressed like them. You putting a suit on, right? You see the chip on the way. That's the equivalent of you going to get, you setting up a damn Amazon Pay, where you can pay with wave of your hand account. Why the enemies that's of your enemies' devices that's warring with you? Why you clearly seeing them on the way to outright capture you? That's the equivalent of doing that. And that's what our people doing right now. Right? That's exactly what they doing. While the trumpet fucking being blown and these niggas on the way. So what you think gonna happen, man? Ezekiel 33. You got it. But that was it.
That was it on that.
Okay, time. You got it. Damn fast, back.
Judges 3 and 6. And they took their daughters to be their wives and gave their daughters to their sons and served their gods.
Took their daughters in, like, it's my daughter. Daughter-in-law, my little baby right now. Say hi to everybody, little poo-poo. Say shalom. That's what Jake was doing. mingling amongst the heathens and learning their work while they trying to war with you. That's fucking niggas, man. Right? Go ahead. So that's why we got the memorial of the trumpets is a heavy one, really. Because we live it every day. Every day, every night. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord.
Right, and that's evil to do. Go ahead.
And forgot the Lord their God.
See, they forgot Yahweh, man. Yahweh. Yahweh, man. That's what they forgot. Go ahead.
And served Baalim and the groves. Therefore the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. And he sold them into the hand.
We're going to keep it following. We're going to keep it following. All we're doing is think the coming for it. Whatever it is.
Judges 3:8. Therefore the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hand of the Shushan-Thaim, king of Mesopotamia.
And that's why we're in slavery now. Because if you don't stand up in war and do what you need to do, get in order, you're going to be taken. And the Lord allowed it. Because guess what? He said when war is on the way and we ain't blowing the trumpet, pretty much, without saying it, we won't be saved. Because we would be saved if we blew the trumpet. So how did we get taken? We didn't blow it. And if it was being blown, everybody didn't take heed. Brother, got something?
Yeah, come.
Go ahead. Let them fly.
Yeah, come. It says,
Yeah, we're gonna get we're gonna get a moderator, man.
Proverbs 3. I got him out of there. Proverbs 3:31, it says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Yeah, so we're not supposed to be nothing like these people, man. We're not supposed to think like them. We're supposed to act like them, be like them. You know, nothing like that. We're supposed to be according to thus saith the Lord. So we're supposed to know what these trumpets mean. We're supposed to move accordingly. And therefore, we always stand in order. And it goes on to say, for the froward is abomination to the Lord. These people, their ways are abomination to the Lord. You know, they're not on our level. You know, they're not anything like us. They're an abomination. So if we're trying to be like them, we become an abomination.
Yeah, but fuck all. You know, even fuck that. That's true. You gotta remember, once again, this is in response to what? War going on. So that ain't even a thought. You worry about an enemy being like an enemy while they trying to attack you. This the memorial of the trumpets. This is significant in the sense of what? The trumpet being blown in an alarming way, not in an assembling way, right? At least not today. Because really when we blow it in all manners. So sometimes when we blow it in an assembling way, we'll get together, we talk about things like that, right? But today we blowing it and more often than any day, we blowing it in an alarming way to signify what? War. These motherfuckers want us gone, right? Because it's like the head of anything, just like the chief thing of the ministry is what? Prophet. All right, but that's true. You got it.
Yeah, time. And it says, but his secret is with the righteous. All right, now secret is why those trumpets will be being blown. In fact, we at war, man. So that's what we, you know, that's why we have to stay completely in opposition to these people and on course.
Well, it ain't a secret that we at war. The secret is prophecy. What's about to happen to your ass, man? There ain't no goddamn secret you at war. Not over here, it ain't. Amongst your enemies. You know what I'm saying? But even then, they making it clear to your ass. Because the Lord said they gonna make their tongue, you know? It's fucking ain't a goddamn secret. So what's the secret? The secret is the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Who is for? That's what's still secret, but that ain't even secret no more. It's secret because it ain't being told to you niggas directly, right? It's something that the Lord has he chose to keep from everybody, right? And for himself, and to whom he will reveal it. But those secrets are being revealed, and they were being revealed to who? The servants, the prophets. And the prophets do what? They prophesy. They say what's going to happen before. So if he revealed his secrets to prophets, which are individual Israelites who say things that's going to happen before they happen, what do those secrets got to be? They got to entail prophecy, events that's on the way, right? The Lord actually telling you the moves that the damn heathen's about to do on your ass. They're like, yo, they about to come in and do a full Nelson. They about to come in and, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna jump over the wall. They put some bombs at the wall, right? They about to get all the babies. This is the Lord saying, right? Which to translate to, they about to come round you up. They want to tip you, right? They about to come besiege you, pollute you, all right? And they're gonna take you into concentration camps, torture camps, like what you're seeing with Russia and Ukraine right now. They capturing certain armies of certain men, certain soldiers of the other army, right? Russia, and they torturing their ass. Once you get captured, that's it. And that goes to 2nd Ezra 13, the 16th chapter. Why it says, matter of fact, let's get there. The blessed brother got something. Brother got, I had something. Go ahead.
Quick point. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And we know that what the so-called white man being Esau Edom is the chief house of Satan, right? Being the head of our enemies. And we know, according to prophecies, what this devil is about to do. Right? It says that this devil is going to come down having great wrath because he knows that he has. Because we know that the Lord, because we know he knows that he has but a short time, right? Being the devil. That was what I had. That's all I had on that point, right?
Okay, Con, that's it. Brothers got something else? All right, let's jump to 2nd Ezra 16 and was that 68? Matter of fact, jump to 35 real quick. 16 and 35.
Second Ezra 16 and 35. Hear now these things and understand them.
So here's exactly what that brother just said to you, man. And the equivalent of you hearing him is hearing a trumpet being blown, right? Go ahead.
Hear now these things and understand them, be servants of the Lord.
Right. And those of you that's been putting a lot of blowing the trumpet, you need to understand what the trumpet is for, what you really doing. If you telling your people war is on the way, you about to get caught in the midst of that. That's why Jeremiah was like, man, I wish I could get the fuck out of here. In the night chapter. Because he was telling them that we was about to go to the southern kingdom, right? Because the northern kingdom was gone already. Jeremiah was telling the southern kingdom, Babylon is about, Nebuchadnezzar about to take this shit. And it ain't nothing you can do. Jake wasn't hearing it. They was like, hell no. The damn king at the time, which I believe was it Hezekiah? I believe, yeah, it was Hezekiah. Zedekiah. Or was it Zedekiah? Yeah, Zedekiah, because he got his eyes put out with his sons, which is all due to what? The niggas not want to listen, right? So as Jeremiah telling them this, Jeremiah's realizing like, damn, you got to think like, I'm about to go into captivity too. You see what I'm saying? So that's why that says that. You got it, brother. So that's what Sarah, he said, hear these words, you got it.
Second Ezra 16.
Yeah, because Hezekiah was a righteous king.
36.
Zedekiah, you got it.
Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Second Ezra 16:35. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord.
The main one that needs to understand the trumpet, right, and the warnings, the calls, is who? The one blowing it, man. Come on, man. And that's in 2nd Ezra 8, the 8th chapter. Right? Matter of fact, let's read that real quick. 2nd Ezra 8, like 54. The people we really blowing the trumpet for, they not listening. Right? So they gonna die, according to Ezekiel 38. You got it. Or 33, you got it.
2nd Ezra 8 and 54. It says, sorrows are past, and in the end is showed the treasure of immortality.
Block it. Start at 50. Point at 51.
2nd Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done. Time shall dwell in the world.
See? Caught up, living. While the trumpet being blown. Niggas didn't want to leave Israel, and this bitch about to get shot up with arrows, all type of stuff, man. Nigga like, man, I ain't never leaving my crib. I got 6 CDs. What you talking about? Go ahead.
Because they have walked in great pride. But understand thou for thyself,
Point.
and seek out the glory for such as be like thee.
So read that one time.
Second Ezra 16. These things and
Being worn away. What's the point of you saying that to everybody else and you don't realize that? Right? What the fuck you gonna do? Go ahead.
behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake.
In the form of the words being brought out by the men of the Lord. Correctly according to the Bible. Right? In all manners. That's the trumpet being blown. Go ahead.
Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
So the trumpet is more clear. Right? One cometh in an unknown sound. Right?
Job.
So 1 Corinthians 14 and 8. Start at 7.
Yeah, time.
Yep.
1 Corinthians 14 and 7.
Uh-huh.
And even things without life-giving sound,
Uh-huh.
whether pipe or harp,
Man. Come on.
except they give a distinction in the sounds, how shall it be known what is pipe or harp?
So the Lord, he's so beautiful, he made the sound of the trumpet clear. Because it ain't like the trumpet got it doesn't say anything. You could be like, this means that. But it's still an excuse there. So now the Lord took the trumpet and if he could put it in words, which he did, he put it in words. See that? You read 8?
No, that's next.
Okay. That was the point. You got it.
It says, for if the trumpet give an uncertain sound,
Right.
who shall prepare himself to the battle?
Right, because what if the trumpet broke? See that? So the trumpet, that's why it's a difference when you blow the trumpet. You have to blow it in a way to where it sounds like, okay, shit's about to happen. If you come off like, dun, 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 that don't sound like danger. But you be like, people gonna be like, what the fuck? You know? All that's what they could do. So that's why he said, lift up your voice like a trumpet. Rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith. Don't come off in an undistinct sound. If it sounds like life or death is on the line at that moment, come off like it, man. Right? That's that.
You got it, brother.
Second Ezra 16.
And only the priests understood that. So that's why they was the only ones that could do that. Right? Go ahead.
And 35, hear now these things and understand them, you servants of the Lord.
Walk in front of
Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
Yep. That's what's on the way. Plagues. Right? And a lot of those plagues they're gonna come through your enemy, our enemy. Right?
As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son.
Right. Let me get it quicker. This is Jeremiah 28 and 8. And it reads, it says, the prophets that have been before me, I'm gonna actually start at 7. It says, this is going into the whole thing we're talking about, man. Yeah. So Salaki, this is verse 7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, Salaki, and against great kingdoms and of pestilence. See that? So that's what that You can read that last verse one more time. But those plagues, you got it.
2 Ezra 16 and 37.
Behold,
the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
Right, that's what those plagues consist of. Pestilence, evil, war, right? Plagues, diseases. When the so-called white man made war on the so-called native indigenous people, right, of America, what the fuck he do? He brought disease. See that? And a lot of our people didn't take heed because the trumpets was being blown in. They thought they was coming to make fucking peace treaties. Go ahead, brother.
Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
So the Lord telling you, instead of hearing, which entails all of that, that's how I used to go back then. He actually has made a way to where we just get on the rooftops and be like, we break it down. We give you breakdowns loud as hell. Yo, they coming out back. Yo, the mark of the beast is the R5 shit. Don't take that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what we, that's the, how better. You got something, brother?
Yeah, I do. It's 2 Ezra 16 and 14. It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. So the same things that were happening in that time are happening now. Right? It says the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. And the same thing, if you have a fire alarm in your apartment and there's a fire, it's gonna wake everybody in the house up, right? It's gonna wake the whole building up, and that's how it has to be in this time, right? There's a fire that's set, and it's not gonna be, who can put it out, right? So you should be waking up knowing that destruction, is coming. That was it.
2 Ezra 16 and 38. As when a woman with child in the 9th month, bringing forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment.
That means more pain on the way, right?
Right? Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth.
So these plagues that the Lord is talking about, they pain, right? They consist of pain, right? And they on the way, and He's telling you before they get here, like a trumpet does. The trumpet did, man. You got it.
It says, which pains, when the child cometh forth, slack not a moment.
See, I could be standing here talking regular, like it's cool, and, you know what I'm saying? We just understand it for ourselves. But how the fuck would the people know that's walking past and on the camera that we mean business? Like, yo, we actually talking about life or death. How would they know that? Go ahead, brother.
2 Ezra 16 and 40.
That's that undistinct sound, man. This is how you know the trumpet being blown and in what manner, right? And it gives you reason based off how you hear the manner we come off in to take heed, you know? And in what manner you should do that. So what's that? 2 Peter 2:8. What manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation based off what? The stuff that's being said. You're gonna know, okay, damn, I need to be with this. Cause y'all coming like this shit about to end. Look at IUIC, look at these fake ass Israelite camps, man. They banquets and shit, you know what I'm saying? They doing these big ass banquets probably, and ain't nothing being brought out like the purpose of the Trump is not even being brought out. It's June, ain't no microchips. This dude really said that shit, man. And they still have yet to come with it. Like, are you gonna blow the trumpet in a distinct sound and let our people know what you know? Because if not, you Ezekiel 33. That prophet that see the danger, but you ain't blowing it. Which obviously don't mean exist, because why is that written? See that? So you cut. Go ahead.
2 Ezra 16 and 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
Like, dude, like, we here to educate you, but he left under that act. Like, nah. We trying to educate you on who you are because you're behind, but you so far behind, we can't even worry about that. We up here on some life or death shit. That's how he had to be he had to leave on that note. A distinct sound had to come out. Because that's the most important thing. This ain't time to go in, we ain't in the time of going into your damn family photo book. Yeah, this Jacob, this when you was born, you know what I'm saying? We ain't in that time, man. Go ahead, brother. Come on, so it's a lot to think about. You need to make haste. You ain't got that much time to be thinking. You better know. All this I think shit. Ain't no goddamn I think. You either know or you fucking don't, man. Because if you don't know what the hell going on, you about to be destroyed. Somebody hold Jeremiah 4 and 7. That's what it comes down to, man. And somebody get 1 Thessalonians 1 and 7. Or 2 Thessalonians 1 and 7. Let's get to Jeremiah 4 and 7 first.
Yeah,
come on.
Jeremiah 4 and 7. The lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer.
Start at 9.
Yeah, verse 9. It says, "In that day saith the Lord, that the heart of the king shall perish, and the heart of the princes, and the priests shall be astonished, and the prophets shall wonder."
Right, because they was goddamn taking heed to. They weren't taking heed. The trumpets being blown, they weren't taking goddamn heed. But the point is 14. Go ahead and jump to 14.
Yeah, verse 14 it says, "O Jerusalem,"
because how this going into Yahushua coming back, by the way. Right? Go ahead.
It says, "O Jerusalem, wash thine heart from wickedness."
Wash what?
Thine heart.
Right?
From wickedness.
Right. So get your thoughts together. He talking about something. That's a lot to think about. Yeah. When you start thinking what the Lord is saying, that's you grabbing soap and washing. But you ain't got. Because the Lord is here, man. He about to be here. Go ahead.
It says that thou mayest be saved.
From the top.
"O Jerusalem, wash thine heart from wickedness."
Right.
"That thou mayest be saved."
Right. So you ain't in the time of thinking, are you getting clean or not? How shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed according to the word. The scriptures say, if you just wash your heart from wickedness, you're gonna be saved. So that means get your goddamn knowledge together, man. You need to know. Because guess what? When you don't know, you destroy. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So off washing our heart, which will result in us being saved, that means getting knowledge. Yeah, you're going to be saved off knowledge. Go ahead.
Yeah, kind.
That was it. Next step. Then we go back to second. Yep. There you go. 1 and 7. Whoever got it. No matter.
This is 2 Thessalonians 1 and 7. It says, "And to you who are troubled, rest with us."
Right.
It says, "When the Lord Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels."
So it's going to happen. It says when he is revealed. So it's already set. This man coming back. Somebody coming back, man. Right? Everything else in the Bible happening. So this man coming back. His name is not Jesus Christ. He's not a so-called white man. He's not an Italian explorer. Right? He's not a damn a man that slept with his goddamn sister. You know? To become to take over Italy. Caesar A. Borgia. His father was not a pope. Right? His daddy not named Rodrigo. You know? That's somebody else. That's what the image of so-called Jesus Christ as today go back to. That man. But the true image, which is the one in the Bible, goes back to the true one. Right? The real Neo, man. Right? Whose name is Yahushua. Alright? Amasiah. You got it.
In flaming fire taking vengeance on them that know not God.
So you not only got the sword on the way from the enemy, you got the sword. Shit, that's Yahushua your enemy too. If you won't have a reign over you, he said, bring forth all that will not, bring my enemies before me that will not have me reign over them and slay them before me, man. You know? So you got him on the way. So the sword definitely on the way, because he said that's what he coming back with. Right? And he coming back pissed. And we blowing the trumpet on all that. Right? Go ahead.
And that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach.
Right. So instead of one more time, brother. Same thing you read.
Come. In flaming fires, taking vengeance on them that know not God, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
No. Pick up on the and again.
Of our Lord.
No, and obey not.
Come on. And obey, so like it, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
No. What he's saying? No, that's what it said, brother.
And that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
See what the Lord did though? That's how it used to be. So now it's the excuse. It ain't an undistinct sound anymore, man. You got some, which makes so much sense because some Jake was deaf. Or I wouldn't even say deaf. Some Jake just didn't have they can't distinguish things, right? Come on, man. You know, so have you got a deaf camp over east, right? Because if you are deaf, the Lord got it so distinct now to where the Lord, he's still breaking it down to you in a more distinct way than when we just had the trumpet. Because brothers come up with sign language, you know? They probably got a sign language for a sword, you know? You know? Sign language for a chariot, you know?
Do you know?
Yeah. Nah, fucking zap if you don't take heed. You know, laser, you know, cook.
Melt.
Yeah, melted. Go ahead, brother. You got it.
Second Ezra 16 and 40. Yep. Oh my people, hear my word.
Man, see? Go ahead.
Make you ready to thy battle.
Yep.
And in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
War, make you ready to what?
It says, make you ready to thy battle.
Wow, this is how we know the trumpet being blown, man. And the Lord didn't lie. He said it's going to be an ordinance forever. Crazy, right?
And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
Right, because that's also what the trumpet being blown could lead you to in a certain way. Arising, taking that journey and going. That's being a pilgrim is being on the journey. Why do we have to be on the journey? Because we're blowing and we see, or we having it being said to us that what? This is not our rest. We don't have a continuing city here. If the sword polluted is going to destroy us. The devil coming down having great wrath upon them that's in the earth. Right? So we constantly on the move. You got people, like a situation just happened, right? In Pakistan, southern Pakistan. They was getting flooded for 10 days straight to where now 2.5 million acres of harvest has been destroyed. People have been, I think it was 4 million or 1.2 million or 2 million, right? Got displaced from their houses. And you have some that said they're not leaving their houses because this is all they have. But if they don't fucking leave, they're gonna be washed away. Over 1,000 people, over 1,000 people have died. I think like 50 to 100 have been injured. And they were saying like, yo, people should have took heed to the climate change, which is bullshit, but how that relates is, they basically said they was being told that this was going to happen based off where science is predicting the climate change would take things. And that's what happened. And they didn't leave. And now you still got niggas that won't leave. But that reminds you what? The story of our people. Right? So when you know some shit on the way, if you don't leave, you're going to end up like them. If you don't rise in the party, you're going to end up like them. The Lord don't want that for us. He said, be ye as pilgrims. Right? Just look for the next green pasture. Right? Brother got something? Go ahead. That's basically the point right there. You know? But you got it.
Second Ezra 16 and 40 again. Oh my people, hear my word. Make you ready to that battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
Right, right.
He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away. And he that buyeth as one that will lose. And he that occupies merchandise as he that has no profit by it.
Right.
And he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein.
Yeah, they said they lost the harvest of where the best quality rice was sold in, and it's all gone. You still got people still trying to hold on over there, right? And guess what? They fell victim to this. What we reading right now? Because this second Exodus 16 chapter, right? Or the Lord, these are the plagues that he said was going to be sent where? Into all the earth. And they're not going to return until they come upon all the earth. Guess what? Pakistan on the earth. But niggas like, no, I'm not, I got goods here. Well, my Savior said I have to stay. They don't know the scriptures. That's how you know we blessed, man. See that? Go ahead, brother.
Second Exodus 16:43, he that soweth as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes.
See? That's exactly what you saying.
They that marry as they that shall not get no children. And they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captive.
See that? And that's literally what the besieging will partake of. So you're being besieged not only by, you besieged by everything the Lord making an enemy to you. And it's not just people anymore. It's weather, it's animals, it's Yahweh Shai, right? All that. It's even us. If you're on the other side of being an Israelite,
I don't have to be a Hebrew Israelite to know that.
you are a Hebrew Israelite. It's not a belief. You just are. Fucking man. That's our goddamn problem. I got a quick one. This 2 Peter 1:19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn, and the day star rise in your hearts. So that's how you know we blessed. When I heard that, I was like, damn, we blessed. They don't know the scriptures. I was like, you literally about to die because you don't know you can't beat this according to the word. And all those people over there, Israelites. This. I'm like, man, you know what's funny? I was like, well, shit, where the hell Allah at now? That's how you know it's all bullshit. All this devastation hitting these people over there, that's Muslims and stuff. Why they ain't calling on Allah? What happened? Why this stuff hitting and we still calling on the God? But everybody, where is Krishna? What Buddha? Why you ain't hearing that? The only people that still calling on Allah is these goddamn fake Muslims in America. The 4 brothers that got killed, they like, oh, we gotta go to the mosque more. Only America allow you to think you can, you got time where you can afford to steal bullshit like you don't see your imagination a lot. Only in America. Over there, they still being stumped. They trying to fight back, but they don't know they really fighting against the Lord. Because they got being pushed to them also what? Climate change. But ironically, they're no longer calling on their God. Because there is no other God, as Yahweh told us. What happened? So that's that.
I got something.
Go ahead.
It's the 1 Thessalonians 5:1. It says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And we're able to know these things because we have a more sure word of prophecy, right? And while I'm gonna just keep going, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So those who are not taking heed and listening to the sound of the trumpet, they're gonna be ambushed, right? In a war, you're caught sleeping, right? And the enemy comes to invade you, and you don't wake up when the trumpet sounds. You're gonna be ambushed while everybody else is prepared, ready, right? With the faith. That's why it talks about the armor in Ephesians.
Somebody hold something else. outside of the brother speaking. That whole thing. Bring it up.
You got it, bro. Ezekiel 33 and 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say to them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blows the trumpet and warns the people.
And what's that sword right now? Those enemies, Esau, Edom, right? The wicked is the sword of the Lord, right? He's making it come upon the land, right? So when that happens, you are to take heed, right, to the sound of the trumpet, turn back and prepare. You got it, God.
It says, then whosoever hear the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
So it's going to be your fault. It's going to be your fault because you didn't listen. It's going to be your fault because you walked past, right? Knowing, belittling, thinking past certain things, right? Thinking past the Lord, thinking that his judgment is not going to come upon you just because you don't believe. Romans 3:3 tells you it don't matter if you believe or not, right? It's still going to come up. The destruction is still going to come upon you. Yeah,
In honor of the holy feast day, that's more understanding on that blowing of the trumpet. That's what will happen if you didn't take heed. Because if you had to take a journey and you didn't take heed to the trumpet being blown about us getting ready to get on the journey, you would be less and probably destroyed. Because you don't know why the Lord telling us to rise and take a journey in specific. That's why you got to follow your leadership, right? Prove all things, know the word, and move accordingly. If you say you didn't get up, well, if the Lord had us blow on the trumpet for us to journey, because this place about to be flooded. There ain't about to be no food here. There's going to be a pestilence that comes. You're going to be subject to that, man. So that's more understanding. This Ezekiel 33 is more understanding on the significance of the blowing of the trumpet feast, which is why the Lord said, keep that as a memorial.
All right. Ezekiel 33 and 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning.
This dude like a duplicate of the date that be at the other spot. Come right here. See him? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That's not him, though. He really looked at me like he wanted to smoke. Like a dude.
Ezekiel 33 and 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Right. So going back into the point, that's what would have happened if you didn't take heed then. But obviously we're in the times now because this is going on now in the spirit. That's the brother was telling us perfectly. You got it, brother.
But if the watchmen see the sword and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
For those who, if you're not blowing the trumpet, right, if the sound doesn't come out, it's going to be upon the watchman's fault for not doing his job. Right, here we are in the business of the Lord. We're out sent to the Hebrew Israelites to warn our people, right? And if we don't do that, the blood is going to be on our hands, right? That's why we are to give warning.
And that tells you too, that's what the priests weren't, they stopped doing at some point. The Levites. They tell you how the Levites started going off basically. They stopped blowing because they was the only ones that could blow the trumpet. Why the hell the Levite priesthood go away? Because at some point they stopped, they fulfilled this. And that's, if we telling you all this is going on in the spirit now, you should be looking for those that are in position to be blowing the trumpet spiritually, but aren't doing it. See that? So it's giving you clear understanding on the ancient times too. It's telling you how it will go. You don't have something called a watchman today. But spiritually you do. It's called brothers doing videos. You know? That's what it's called. Brothers making lessons. Brothers updating you on the news. Showing you the prophecy. Right? That's all I have to say.
Ezekiel 33:7. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman upon the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them for me.
Yeah, warn them for me. Showing you that it all goes back, the destruction that's coming upon this place is the enemies that would be ambushing the cities of the ancient times were always sent from the Lord, right? The Lord, he kills, he makes alive, he heals and he wounds. All things are in the hands of the Lord, right?
And he creates evil in the city. According to evil creates evil.
Is that bad? No.
And this present time, the Lord is still doing the same exact thing. What he's getting ready to do, what he is doing is sending our enemies, right, against us, the house of Israel.
When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou doest not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at thine hand. Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his wicked way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, that thou hast delivered thy soul.
And then in 2 Ezra 9 and 11, it tells you those who have despised the law, right, and obey not the gospel, the same are going to have to know it after death by pain, meaning that destruction is going to come upon you, and it's going to be on your own hand for not taking heed, for not listening to the sound of the trumpet, which is spiritually taking place today, right, with our voices. Hear the prophet of the Lord's voices, right? Is that it on there?
You want to say anything else? You got scripture to bring it out. Is there anything that was called that wasn't brought out? I just start wrapping it up.
I had something to go about. There's Mark 1 and 15. It says, and saying, the time is fulfilled, and the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is at hand. Repent ye and believe the gospel. So going back to, well, I believe that was at the 1 Thessalonians, right? Those who obey not the gospel, right? You're gonna feel the wrath of the Lord, and that's the times that we're coming into, right? It's time to wake up, repent, because we're at the end of the last days, right? And the sound of the trumpet is being blown throughout the four corners of the earth, right? And those who are of the chosen are gonna take heed and listen. That was all I had.
Alright, con. Nothing else?
Alright. Go ahead and get ready for
Somebody can get a whole second Peter 2 and 1 Peter 2 and 9. And somebody hold Matthew 24 and 37. Somebody get the other. Yeah, somebody also can hold Matthew 17 and 25. Matthew 24 and 37 and Luke 17 and 25. Let's hit that Peter real quick.
This is 1 Peter 2 and 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood,
Right.
a holy nation, a peculiar people.
Right. So now we're a royal priesthood, right? If a brother can jump to brother the war, if you could jump to Revelation 5. What's that, 11?
Revelations 5 and 11. And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts and the elders. And the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and thousands of thousands, saying with a loud voice, Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power.
Started 9, point at 10.
Revelations 5 and 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book, and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain, and hast redeemed us to God by thy blood out of every kindred, and tongue, and people, and nation.
So obviously we got besieged at some point. And we ended up among every nation of people. Through what? Sinning and not taking heed to the trumpet. So Yahweh Shai, the Savior, the Deliverer, he was born and he grew up, started his ministry, and he fulfilled everything he had to fulfill, which is the one that we would have to take heed to. The Lord said the one that the Lord said he would put all his words in the mouth of. He did it. So now we've been brought back. And the way to be brought back is taking heed to all the words that he, a final trumpet. See that? Go ahead, which is the ministry, the words we preach up here. You got it.
Verse 10. And has made us unto our God kings and priests.
And not only that, he changed the priesthood. So now you got more than just the Levites that can blow the trumpet. Just like you see brothers from the East tribe blowing the trumpet, right? Warning you. That's how you know the priesthood changed. See that? Telling you, arise and depart. Only people that could tell you that back then was who? The Levites. So just off our actions, which are controlled by the Lord, according to Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 16, it's proven that that priesthood was changed. And if that priesthood was really changed, which is seen according to our actions, that means how Shah really walked, gave up the ghost, and the veil really ripped. So now you got access, right? Direct communication, if you will, with Yahweh, right? In a sense. More than you had with Levites, I'll say. All right, so that was that. Let's get to Matthew 24 and 37.
Matthew 24 and 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right. So, go ahead. That's the time we're in now. We're in the days of Noah. Go ahead.
Whereas in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying.
Why do you think you're seeing so many places get flooded? Right? They said it rained in Pakistan for 10 days straight. Shit, 34 more? What's like? Not even 34 more. What's that? Yeah, 30 more. I don't know why I thought 44. Probably when you say 144 somewhere. But 30 more days, that's 40 days. And look what happened off 10 days. They said 4.5 million people was, Ishmaelites and probably some Edomites displaced from their homes, dislives. It says those that lived in buildings now live in tents. Right? Go ahead. But that's what happened. That's the power of the flood. Right? And that, all the floods you're seeing right now ain't the flood that the Lord basically comparing his return to, which will be again spiritually. It's a whole nother flood you got to worry about. Go ahead.
They were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Right. But anyway, point. You got it.
Matthew 24 and 38. Whereas in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage.
Right. And what's the significance or similarity? Noah was blowing the trumpet. Go ahead.
2 Peter 2 and 5. And spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
See? Because really, those blowing the trumpets they're the ushers in of the destruction. That's why the Lord gave that lot to prophets. Because the prophets usher in the destruction. They speak it, then it happens. Right? The Lord takes down whole kingdoms. Right? He takes a man out of his, Saucony shoes, man. Off a prophet saying that to him. If that's in the will. And it happens. That's how it goes. I'm telling you to that detail, man. Yep. So Noah, he had he was a pioneer of that trumpet, man. So shit, when he was born, the people weren't fucking taking heed. And just like Ezekiel 33 said, the blood gonna be on those people's head. It was on their own head. It was their fault. Right? They show you that documentary, Days of Noah, and the animated part in the beginning, when it's a cartoon, when Noah entered in and the flood, the rain of the flood of rain finally came, the deluge, right? Niggas was banging on the ark. Oh my God! That's how it's gonna be this time, because they was too busy not taking heed to the warning, right? But it wasn't a distinct sound, as it is now. So if it was that bad off it not being a distinct sound as it is now, how bad is it gonna be this time? Which is why the Lord said, ain't no day like this day. That ain't no day like the flood, when you flooded the earth. For 40 days and 40 nights, the whole globe. This gonna be worse than that. The scriptures say when the nukes hit America, the earth gonna rock. Niggas might throw up over east. Go ahead, brother. That's how you know Esau the devil. He was really given power to bring forth something that powerful. And then that shows you, if that's our brother, how powerful we gotta be, because we're stronger than him. So imagine when we get our power. If he was made to bring forth some shit that can shake the fucking earth, what does our power look like? Some saying shit, man. You got it. You keep going.
Matthew 24 and 39, they knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field.
Because it's all about what you should do. Brother says, should he just continue on? What should you do in the moment? Everything a teaching moment, right? You misspell Haitians. You know who we talking about? So it's still distinct. It's still distinct. But kind, we'll correct that. You got it. See, that's why the Lord says, look, a teacher lesson, teacher moment. Give no blame. Yeah, don't give no, situation to where the ministry could be blamed. See that?
Oh, this why I can't hear, because you guys misspelled Haitian.
That shit crazy, man. So, it's all about what we should do. All right? So we'll correct that. You got it. We're going to use that critique to drop 40 next time. Exactly. Tonight was 39. You got it. If you will.
Matthew 24 and 39. Matthew 24 and 38. For in the days that were before the flood, that were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
And that flood, hey, you know what's heavy about it? That flood is synonymous with Esau. Oh, we got to get that. We didn't. 2 Ezra 16 and 68. Yeah. That was on the way to the people, and Noah was trying to tell them that, and it was physical water. Right? That was the enemy. Something that's adverse to you. Adverse to your whole life and situation, your goals, desires, who you think you are, was on the way to them. But they weren't taking heed with no one trying to tell them that. And then it pulled up and he took them all away. Right? Ironically, the Lord the flood. But this time, ironically, the flood actual people. That's gonna come literally take you. Matter of fact, go ahead, 68, 16 and 68. And then we're gonna finish off in Matthew 24. I know we got the Luke too.
Second Ezra 16 and 68.
Somebody hold that real quick for the brother. Matthew 24 and what verse you left off in?
30.
Yep. So have 39 ready. You got it.
Second Ezra 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you.
That's like saying the flood on the way again, right? This is a part of the flood, right? And we can prove that. You got it.
And they shall take away certain of you.
Right, enemies. They're going to precede you, right? That's what the trumpet represented. All right. Yep. Somebody get Psalms 55. What are we holding?
Matthew 24, Luke chapter
17 to 25. Hold Psalms 55 and 18. And also hold Psalms 54 and 14. And Psalms 18 and 4.
Psalm 54.
You said 54?
55 and 18.
No, 55 and 18. And
So 54.
you get Psalms 18 and 4 and Isaiah 41 and 25. Scratch the 54 Psalms. Alright, now read that one time, brother. Then second Ezra. Matter of fact, just bring them out. Go ahead. Whichever one of y'all brothers got first.
Psalm 18.
Yup. Matter of fact,
55.
get Isaiah 59 and 19. We'll kick it off with that. Alright. That's too spot on.
Isaiah 59.
Yup.
You want me to start with 15?
Yeah, was that it? 15?
Oh, I was reading this. This is good. You gotta call something.
59, 15, with a point at 19. Yeah, kind of weird. We probably close on that. We'll make a point. We'll close on that. Let's hit this real quick. 59 and 19. For those that's listening, right? We're telling you a flood on the way, like, no. Go ahead, brother.
You got it, brother.
It's Isaiah 59 and 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun.
So that's America, right? Go ahead.
When the enemy shall come in like a flood.
When the who?
When the enemy
What?
shall come in like a flood.
That's his on the way. And what happened when the flood came? When people weren't taking heed, even though Noah was born a trumpet? Matthew 24 and 39.
Matthew chapter 24 and 39. And knew not until the flood came in, it took them all away.
See that? Look how it's like it's people. The flood took them all the way. Right? That's it on that. Did you finish in your verse, brother? Okay, let's get the other one, brother. Matter of fact, get the Luke 17:25.
Go Israel.
Yeah, kind.
Yeah.
Let's go Israel.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's go Israel.
Luke chapter 17 and verse 25. But first, must he suffer many things and be rejected of this generation.
Right. See that? And that's rejecting what? The trumpet. See that? Is it more? Keep going. It is more. You got it?
Yeah, Khan, it says, and as it was in the days of Noah,
Right.
so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
The flood was on the way that was coming to take people away, which the Lord said is on the way, according to that. But it's going to be the enemy this time, which, if you're being warned about, that's what? Through the trumpet. See that? What? Man, bro, you can't make this up. Go ahead, bro. He said it's going to be an ordinance forever. Go ahead.
It says they did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And the flood came and destroyed them all.
Hey, Esau about to come destroy people, man. See that? Now we know that flood ultimately the missiles. It's a flood in levels. It's like, it's layers to a flood. See that? It's layers to a flood, man. That's it. It doesn't have more.
I mean, he was like that. We looked at an image the other day. It was a dude. He was able to play in the flood. It was a flood, but he was still at the point where he was able to take some pictures, make light of it. But when that flood water get to the 3rd floor, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing that in, So it's levels to a flood. And that goes into our point we were talking about rain. Rain is a precursor to a flood. If it keeps raining, that's going to build up to too much water. It's the excess. So it's layers and levels to what we call a flood. Right?
Let's get the next scripture.
This is Psalms 18:4. The sorrows of death compassed me.
Like a flood. And who is death? Esau. He is as death. He's going to compass you. You're going to be surrounded by Edomites, according to what we read in the 2nd Ezra 16th chapter and the 68th verse. See that? Go ahead.
And the floods of ungodly men made me afraid.
Come on, man. And the floods, just like in the ancient time, when Noah was blowing the trumpet spiritually, came and what? Took niggas away. That's what Esau finna come do. That was it. Let's get to the next one.
Yep. Psalm chapter 55, what's it, verse 18? It says, he hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me.
Read that again.
Yeah.
You said feast? Or
No,
what you say?
peace.
Peace. All right, read that one more time.
Psalm chapter 55 and 18, he hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me.
Right, going back into the Feast of Trumpets still. Because he said when you blow the trumpet, and because it's war, you're going to be saved. So that's somebody that blew the trumpet, took heed to the trumpet. Right? Go ahead.
It says, for there were many with me, the Heavenly Father shall hear and afflict them.
And those many were who? Angels. Right? And the like-minded. Go ahead.
The Heavenly Father shall hear
Spiritually. Go ahead.
and afflict them, even he that abideth of old.
He shall what?
The Heavenly Father shall hear.
That goes back into Numbers 10. You blow the trumpet, he gonna hear and remember. See that? Go ahead, man. They can't make that up, man. So we about to be saved. Because we blowing like, Lord, they finna come get us. Yahweh by some Yahweh shot. You still holding it? Yeah.
Numbers 10 and 9. And if you go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then you shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and you shall be remembered before the Lord your God, and you shall be saved from your enemy.
Woo, that's fire. Now, did he say in their land?
It says your land.
Okay, your land.
And if you go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you,
And we spiritual about it. This is our land before it's their land. They took it.
Exactly.
We was here first. So why wasn't Jake saved? They didn't blow the trumpet. They didn't take heed to the trumpet. See that? So that's spiritual, man. It's not a reach. It's there. This ain't they. It's when we read what's that? Micah 3 and 1 or 2 and 1? Yeah, 2 and 1. They covered Micah. Yeah, when we read that, what do we relate that to? America being taken. So why would we do that? Because we basically saying America our land, right? So we in war right now in our land, right? And we blowing the trumpet. We never did this before. Now we starting to do it. And that's why we starting to see UFOs, which is what the brother Mahar just read. You can read that one more time. Yeah, 18 and was it 55 and 18?
Yep. Psalm chapter 55, verse 18.
That's beautiful, man.
He hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me.
See, because you took heed. You blew the trumpet. You took heed to the trumpet. Go ahead.
For there were many with me.
And that's how he saves. Remember, he rides in the sky in our help. That's our salvation when we see those chariots, man. That's why they popping up.
Yep, it says many.
So many, and then thousands of the chariots.
Many with me.
Many.
The thousands of angels.
But that's what we just read in Revelation 2. It says many,
Yep. Hundreds of thousands.
harping.
Angels. Yep.
You know? That's the host of heaven. You got it? Lord about to damn near empty out the heavens for us.
Verse 19 says the heavens.
He's going to send Ma'aka'ala back, the top angel. He's going to send a top angel back for us, man. And you got to believe it. I believe that, right? I believe this wholeheartedly. You got it?
It says,
The world
Psalm-
can't tell me shit, man. You got it? And never fucking could, man. You got it?
Psalms 55 and 19.
For real. You got it?
The Heavenly Father shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old.
What he gonna hear, man? What is he gonna hear? All right, that's that. We got another one.
You guys told me to drop this. I think it was Psalm 55.
Yeah, we get one more. Psalms 93 and 3.
I got something real quick.
No, we had Isaiah 41 and 35. Let's hit that real quick. Go ahead, Mahal. Let's hear what you got. You got it.
Yeah, Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations
Which translates to what? The trumpet.
Yep.
Go ahead.
that be done
Real.
in the midst thereof.
Yeah. So that's how we gonna be heard, by sighing and crying, man.
Which is out of this place.
Which is what? Once again,
Blowing that trumpet.
right? Staying in context on the theme, I should say. All right. Give us a scripture.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's get them other ones, and that'll be it. We close out on the point you want to make. Isaiah 59 and 15.
No, that was off the point. I was just reading it.
Okay, fine. So we'll close out second 16. So let's hit that next one.
Isaiah.
Yep.
I was still holding it.
Yep.
It's Isaiah 41 and 25.
Uh-huh.
It says, I have raised up one from the north, and he shall come. From the rising of the sun shall he call upon my name.
Going back to the flood. Yeah. They gonna know from the rise from the west,
Yeah.
the rising of the sun.
Yeah.
Woo! And it says the sun gonna rise with healing in his wings. He gonna rise with healing in his wings. Go ahead.
And he shall come upon princes,
And those wings, the chariots. Go ahead, man.
and he shall come upon princes as upon mortar, and as the potter treadeth clay,
Yep. So he gonna come upon princes. Keep going.
who hath declared from the beginning that we may know, and before time that we may say he is righteous. Yeah, there is none that showeth, yeah, there is none that declareth, yeah, there is none that heareth your words.
Go ahead.
The first shall say to Zion, behold, behold them. And I will give to Jerusalem one that bringeth good tidings.
Okay, kind. So if we can read 41 and 25, let's hit that in the NLT real quick. All right, because it's clear what it's saying, but let's just make it plain upon the table. That was the point. Only 40 and 25. You got it.
This is Isaiah 41.
I hope you all out there been edified, man. We ain't on here just to hear ourselves talk, right? I know myself, I have been, right? You got it?
It's Isaiah 41 and 25 in the NLT. It says, but I have stirred up a leader who will approach from the north. From the east he will call on my name. I will give him victory over kings and princes.
See? So that's talking about Esau, his princes. That's why Al-Shah said the prince of this world is judged already, right? Because we're going to read in the KJV one more time. Go ahead.
He will trample them as a potter treads on clay.
Right, going into what? Isaiah 63. I will trample them with my fury. See that? So let's read in the KJV and let's finish. You get finished.
That was it.
You got it.
Isaiah 41 and 25 in the KJV. I have raised up one from the north, and he shall come from
These
the...
prophecies. It's on you if you don't take heed, take notes. It's in the scriptures, right? We got it. Lord gave it to us in detail, man. We go over the same stuff over and over so you can master that. But it's much more. Just like now, you get the detailed stuff that we don't talk about up here throughout the week for those that may come in and listen, right? Don't think, oh, it's just the same shit. That's on you if you think that, right? Remember, the trumpet is blown in a manner of ways. See that? Go ahead.
From the rising of the sun shall he come, Salakia, shall he call upon my name.
Right.
And he shall come upon princes as upon mortars.
And for those of you that's been given a lot to blow the trumpet, you got to know how to blow the trumpet. Taking heed, learning, taking notes, that's how you're going to learn how to blow the trumpet. How the hell you going to tell somebody danger coming and you don't even know how to say danger coming? You damn don't even know danger coming, right? Salaki, one more time, brother. My
Come. Isaiah 41 and 25. I have raised up one from the north, and he shall come.
Yeah.
From the rising of the sun shall he call upon my name.
Yep.
And he shall come upon princes as upon mortars.
That's the Yahushua coming down with his foot on these fucking heathens, man. Right? And they say clay, going back into Esau and Jacob, right? The clay. That's how the thing say, and the one that formed, that was framed to turn everything upside down. That's how the thing say of him that framed it, it made me not. The clay, right? It's all, see, it's all there. What else you want to hear? Right? That also links with Psalms, Sirach, the 33rd chapter. And also, you know what another thing to go with? Psalms, the 2nd chapter at the end, he said he's going to give him a scepter and he's going to break them to pieces. Which is said in the end, as far as the Lord giving that same power that's been given to him. Right? To us, which is giving us the scepter so we can break them as the potters of the vessel, so they be broken. Right? That's all right there. All that right there. You got it. So that's talking about, this another one for fucking Esau, man. Right? And these elite, specifically these elite bankers, the global elite, you got it.
And as the potter treadeth clay.
See? And who did the Lord say he was gonna tread, man? The grapes. What chapter that go into? That's Isaiah 63. Right? Go ahead.
Got something real quick. Romans chapter 9 and verse 21. Have not the potter power over the clay?
Right. And what's the context of this chapter? Esau and Jacob. It's really Jacob. And then Esau came in as far as like how Jacob got started. Because it goes in talking about how Paul, he only was concerned with us. Because we got everything that pertained to us. But then he goes on to talk about how basically that came to be. Which he took you all the way back to the birth. Right? And the Lord likened that birth to clay. Because in that birth we seen basically roles be set for each baby. And they didn't have no choice in picking like clay. Lord molded it, you know? That's that, man. That's it, brother. That's all I have to say.
Yep. And it says, of the same lump, to make one vessel into honor, another into dishonor.
Right. Playing. Playing upon tables. Got it? Was there anything else?
I finished on 25th verse.
Okay, that was it. Any other scripture? We had Psalms 90, we ain't gotta get it, but brother wanna get it.
93 and 3.
You know?
It's Psalms 93 and 3.
Yep.
Says the floods have lifted up.
See?
O Lord, the floods have lifted up their voice.
Come on, when the floods get voices. See that? Come on. So the floods is just always used to represent people. Because we got a lot of similarities. Right?
The floods lift up their waves.
Like when a club packed, they be like, yo, this mother flooded. Or somebody get jumped, bum rush, they be like, Jake like to say back in the world, they flooded me. We flooded buddy ass. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Go ahead.
Says the Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters.
Yeah, remember the flood occurs on levels because I remember Jake used to say that shit one-on-one, like you keep playing, I'm gonna flood your ass. Meaning I'm gonna overtake you. You know? So you can have floods on levels. That's just one Jake. But if a group comes, it's just a heavier flood, right? Like you get these floods now taking the globe, right? Parts of the globe. But are they like floods to the equivalent of the days of Noah? No. But it's still a flood. See that? You got it.
Yeah. Then the mighty waves of the sea.
And that's it. And that sea goes into what? Revelation 17 and 15. What the horse sit upon, the many waters. Yep. People. So Esau's a goddamn flood that's getting ready to come in. Take y'all ass, man. You jakes we're blowing the trumpet to Israel. We at home like, oh, they finna come get us. They about to sack Jerusalem. Not listening though. They changing the whole world as you know it right now. As we working, the elites is working. They just passed a whole nother order, the CHIPS Act on the 25th, right? Which I believe that's a cloak, because they talking about chip processors. I believe that's a cloak for, because they hide it in plain sight. They throw the word chip out there, but they throw it out there with a different theme tied to it. So when you hear chips, they be like, oh, they're not hiding from chips. They're not hiding chips from us. They talking about chips openly. They're fucking computer processors. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck you think this is 70 AD again? Fuck out of here. We ain't fall for it, then do the spirit, right? Only the ones that fell for it's the one that always fell for it, man. We ain't never fall for that shit. We were never goofies. Ever. Must have anything else? See, that's a distinct sound right there. Oh, he mean business. Go ahead.
Revelations 1 and 6.
This means business.
And hath made us kings and priests unto God and his Father. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Yeah, so it all goes back to the Heavenly Father. So you got to get ready while the trumpet is being sounded. Right? Take heed while the truth is coming out and the warning is being declared.
You're supposed to love being able to do this, loving having the ability to be able to basically save your life. That's why it says, what's that, Obadiah at the end? Savior shall come upon a mount of Esau. You know what I'm saying? That's what the watchman like. He like a goddamn, you say it, man. You know when Jake be like, you say it today? Or people in general, they be like, oh, you say it today? Brother had something? That was it. If not. Yep. That's basically it, man. You gotta love doing this. If you don't love doing this, you can't show up to work. Lord, you ain't gonna be. How the fuck you gonna get the responsibility of watching for? You know what I'm saying? A race of the Lord's people, not just any people. The Lord's children, His sons and daughters. You know, you sleep on the. Slothful. That's why it says, by much slothfulness, the house decayed through. So the watchmen to get everybody goddamn destroyed. Right? You gotta love this, man. Go ahead, man.
2 Ezra 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you.
So that's what the trumpet is. That's the trumpet right now. Go ahead.
And they shall take that, and they shall take away certain of you.
Yep.
And feed you.
Like the flood, they shall take away. They ain't gonna get everybody though. Just like the flood didn't get everybody back then. 8 was so saved. And that number 8 going to infinite. That number 8 going to Yahweh, right? Or Yahweh, right? And that's why it says in the end, these men that's gonna be saved, they're gonna have the Yahweh, his name, written in their forehead. Or Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Alright? That's that exemption that the brother read. That the law, that mark. Same thing. The Lord ain't gonna destroy yourself. So that's what the mark is. You got the tetragrammaton, in your forehead, it's glowing and the angels come, or an enemy come, or an animal come. They all got the spirit to pick up on that mark to stay away from it. They're gonna look for it. They looking to see who head empty. Who don't keep their mind. Oh, real quick, let's get that. Isaiah 29 and 3. I got this one in a minute. You got it.
Isaiah 29 and 3 says, and I will camp against thee round about, and I will lay siege against thee.
No, that's a good one, but 26 and 3. 26 and 3. Because I fear my name, I believe it is. Right, that one in a minute. Yep. 3. Yep. Yep.
Isaiah 26 and 3. That will keep him.
Start at 1. You know what? You know what? Read 3 and then we'll start at 1. Just to keep it precise. Okay.
Isaiah 26 and 3. That will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee.
See? So when the fucking flood come, Esau come, the enemy, anything that the Lord made to be Israel's adversary comes, right? In whatever form, it's going to come up to all individuals, Israelites, and see who got the name in their head, which is simply whose mind is stayed upon the Lord. Who head empty. If your shit empty, you idle, your eyes in the end of the earth, Lord ain't dwelling here. You don't like to retain God in your knowledge, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, in your knowledge, your shit empty. So you're going to be taken. Because they basically clean it up. They going to look at you like trash. You're like a damn leaf on the street. You know? So when the leaf blowers come, they're looking for all leaves. Right? So don't be out here looking like a leaf. Be out here looking like you belong to somebody. Right? Let me read that one time.
Isaiah 26 and 3. Thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee.
He's going to be completely untouched. Mark of exemption, you can start at 1.
Isaiah 26 and 1. In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah.
And that's what's the song the Lord want to hear? The new song. So that's the new song. Go ahead.
We have a strong city.
See? We ain't got no city, but we found one. It's Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. That's our refuge, man. Right?
So like if I add, it says in Revelations, it says, well, you're poor in poverty, but thou are rich. It says, we have a strong city. Salvation will God appoint for walls and bulwarks.
See? That sounds like war, battle. What, you know? That sounds like watchmen doing their job. And people, the city being defended because they did, and they took heed. That one within it. So that's that, man. You know? That was it. You got it, brother.
Second Ezra 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, to feed you.
So you got to understand, we blow the trumpet, that's what it's like in our city. Have a stone defense city. Walls, bulwarks, right? All of that, man. People blowing the trumpet, let you know who on the way. We see them before they coming. And then they got foresight. Because you think you could be on that wall if you couldn't see? See that? And that's how you know when the Lord never meant to physically. He's like, because the best way to see is spiritually. You got men that's got a different eye. It's an eye you can't physically see. It's a sense. You can see I see you devils on the way. What you trying to do to our people, man? Right? So who better? You like the damn the people that was built to fly out of space from Gattaca? We like them. You have to be born for the shit, man. Go ahead.
Isaiah 41 and 23. Shew the things that are to come hereafter, that we may know that ye are gods. Yeah, do good or do evil, that we may be dismayed and behold it together. Just to add on to say before, you know, it says, show the things that are coming hereafter. The gods, the ones that are blowing the trumpet, are the ones that are capable of doing so.
You have to be born into it. Born into Jeremiah 1.
I was hoping that.
That's a spirit, see?
It's Jeremiah 1 and 5. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Yeah, like the elder said, you got to be born to do these things, right? Having the fear of the Lord, you're able to persuade men, and then what? The fear of the Lord is given to them in the womb.
We are able. He said we are able to persuade men. You got the ability. You can play on that trumpet. Don't you know it's hard to blow a shofar? You pick a shofar up, It ain't just blowing into it. Your lips got to be positioned a certain way. It's very hard. It's not easy.
Romans 8:29, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image.
Key word, what? What's the key word there?
Predestinate.
That's it. Go ahead.
And for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren.
Did somebody get that? What's that? Luke 23-25. Behold, I have foretold you all things. Yeah, did somebody get it? This is gonna show you what. Then we're gonna close out in a second. Did you want to say something on that? No, we're here to draw out, man. All right.
Mark 13.
What is it?
Mark 13:23.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that sounds right.
Mark chapter 13 and verse 23. But take ye heed, behold, I have foretold you all things.
That show you what? Yahushua was a watchman. He had the trumpet. He had the ability. He foreseen everything. He told us like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I got
If I
something.
can add on, he said how it's foreseen all things, and Romans 8:29 says he predestinated us to be conformed to him.
Right.
So we're doing the same thing as he did, follow his footsteps.
Yeah, I got something real quick. It's a little bit to get through, but the point is Matthew 7:24 that says, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine that was foretold and doeth them,
That's it.
I would liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon the house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And that's for those who took heed to that warning, that they was foretold. But I'm going to continue, verse 26, and everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, and great was the fall of it. So those for those who did not hear the sound of that trumpet.
And take heed. They
Took
fucking
heed.
heard it. Because it say, have
like-
they not heard?
Exactly.
Right?
No, time.
What do
That's
you mean
it.
it that way?
No, that's it. That's it. But
That,
I'm on,
that mean what? A siege about to happen. Because Yahushua foretelling you all things right now. He said some rain, floods, weather's going to come and beat on houses. See that? He said that. He said that thousands of years ago. So that means these people that, he's seen people that was 1,000 years away, enemies that was 1,000 years away coming like fierce dragons. John couldn't, the Lord showed it to he showed our enemy to us in the form of a fucking fire-breathing dragon. Come on, man. Don't you, that was a reason for that. A 7-headed dragon, right?
Yeah.
verse 28 says, and it came to pass when Yahushua had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine.
But they couldn't get it.
And it says, for he taught them as one having authority.
He played with a distinct sound.
Yeah.
And the Pharisees, nigga, basically, you got people that just want to die, man. How you gonna get mad because he's standing firm because he knows? Am I supposed to sound unsure if I know? When you know, act like it, man. Right?
Yeah.
Fuck who don't like it, man. Right? Just do things in season, right? To where they can't, you know, go forth the word of life amongst the people of crooked and perverse nation, among whom he shine his light. Do all things without disputings and murmurings. Stand firm, come correct. That's it. That's what he did. But they still fought, because the Lord was perfect, so obviously he did that. So them niggas just wanted to die. They're like, nigga, don't, motherfucker. Them dumbass Ishmaelites right now. Brothers having something else?
Second Ezra 16, And 68, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols.
So those of you that's fucking not taking heed, you sitting around, the Lord said them the main people he gonna punish. Those that settle on their leaves, man. Right? The Lord, he got these devils coming at y'all in a whole nother way y'all don't even understand. Right? You don't even understand the level that the Lord got these enemies coming at you. The enemy, he coming at you in angles you didn't even think was possible. We tell you they controlling the stock market. We telling you these things, man. All your fucking 401k investments, they finna take away. Bro, they warn in a whole nother way. They warn to you, they warn with you in a systematic way. That's why you can't do anything and it's hard to get out because you in a system. Like they said, the system beats you. It's not built for us. It fucking exactly. But now you're finna see that system manifest. When you read that chapter, right? I can't wait to go into that, right? You already got the Lord working against you, like on some like, nah, this me, like I'm with the weather and shit. But obviously, he's working through you, through the people too. But let's separate it so you can understand. You got the Lord working at you, working against you in a supernatural way. Then your fucking enemies. Come on, man. Who done created a whole fucking world, a situation. What's the word? A situated world system to where you fucking lose if you go outside and do the wrong thing. If you go outside and look the wrong way. It's a fucking system. And now he's turning that system into a virtual one, a digital one. You losing in that world. The world he rolling out is programmed against you too. They're designing it against you too. And niggas is really about to walk into this motherfucker and mingle. In a world they already designed and are designing right now. They're gonna fucking voluntarily walk in that shit. And it ain't even designed for them. It's designed against them. And you're gonna fucking lose. You're gonna lose once you was losing in this one. You think niggas was losing now? Wait till you see this shit. Wait till you see this fucking New World Order really roll out. That's when it's gonna be clear. And they're saying it right here. They're gonna force people into it, man. That's going into concentration camps. People gonna get took, man. You don't want to chip, they gonna chip you. Go ahead, brother.
2 Ezra 16.
This nigga a damn witch. Goddamn, this witchcraft, the Wizard of Oz, man. Go ahead.
2 Ezra 16 and 69.
Hey, what was that nigga disability, Salakia? Right. And yeah, because that translates to brains. The nigga was empty. He was just like Jake, shiny. Nigga don't know shit though. And look, got a sword in his hand. Cause that's his ass too, ironically. That's Esau ass. He a damn dummy. Too smart for his own good. Go ahead.
2 Ezra 16 and 69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach.
Jake's written the consent. And they're gonna be had in derision and a reproach. They're gonna scoff at y'all for fucking selling out. They're gonna literally scoff at y'all. If you sell out to this system, the devil gonna laugh at you. Cause he know he has a short time and he knew it then. And he gonna like, you dumb nigga. Like a madman. Like a nigga that just killed everybody and then he killed himself. That's Esau. That's a damn white man. You got it.
And they that consent unto him, unto them shall
Shalom.
be had in derision and reproach.
Hope you went to seeing them brothers, man. You seen them brothers today?
You got it, brother. And trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
So they're gonna be, the Lord gonna allow that heat, that hate, the jealousy, the envy of these heathens, starting with Esau, to manifest on Jake ass. And they're gonna be running through y'all shit, man. What you think the Purge movies is about? It was about the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom getting ran through by people that just had these heathens that just had this desire in them, this craving to just do wicked, and they want to just do it to you. Ironically, you was the prey. Brothers got something? Go ahead. That was it? Yeah, come on. So you're gonna be grabbed up, put in these camps. A lot of y'all gonna get killed in the streets, right? Some of y'all gonna get stumped out in the goddamn concentration camp. You're gonna think you tough. Niggas still gonna think they tough at that point. Like they know the angels. They know, nigga, get the fuck off me. Man, that's my wife. Nigga gonna backslap your wife. And she ain't even your wife. They gonna choke you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go crazy. Cause Jake's so fucking proud. Go ahead, brother.
This is it kind of passed. It's like it.
Second Ezra 16 and 71. They shall be like mad men, sparing none.
See? That's what just said. That's like how you ain't sparing no bitch. My baby's boo, my wife. They gonna be like my wife. They think he gonna do it with Vegeta. My boomer. It ain't gonna work. You ain't gonna have no power in that day. You gonna finally learn your way is off. Esau gonna be backslapping niggas. They might be hanging niggas in the concentration camp. Like a modernized time of slavery. That should be eerie. You walk into a concentration camp, they got it designed like slavery times. Right. There's trees in there and shit with blood on them. They like designed it and they just start lynching niggas. You hearing screams and shit. But I ain't worried at that point. I'm gonna be like, you motherfucking, man, I swear to God, man, I swear, bro. Man, either way, bro, I'm telling you. Call Halam out your house from outside. I'm telling you, bro. You motherfucking devils, y'all fucking with the wrong people, bro. We not the ones, and we never been the ones. Y'all done fucked up, y'all done did this shit for too long. It'd be an honor to spit in your motherfucking face. Right? And not falter to you. It'll be an honor. To not be broken by nothing. That's honorable, just like getting power. Just wait. Y'all not stronger than us, man. They're not. Go ahead.
It says 2nd Ezra 16, 71. They shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
Right. So they ain't gonna care. But that's why you can't care. They don't care your faith, your beliefs. They're not gonna care none of that, man. So that's when you just be like, all right. But they know our faith and belief. They know who we are, right? That's why they're doing this. Remember, it said Esau said he was gonna slay his brother Jacob. What does Rothschild mean? Red child. See that? How did Esau come out red? They know, bro. You got it.
For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
Right. So you just bought a flat screen, but you got to go into a concentration camp. You just got the PS6. You just got your internet hooked up on 6G. I wasn't taking a chip, but I just wanted to play this new video game that only works on 6G. And your door get kicked in at that moment. Make it Terry and turn to the Lord. That's what they got planned for you Jakes, you Israelites, and all these people, all you American people, man. Go ahead.
Then shall they be known who are my chosen.
And then you're going to learn the chosen people that the Lord was talking about in the Bible, who they are, which is going to be select few Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And you're going to know about what? Them not being touched, them getting power. Them getting the power you seen or read about Christ had, like Christ-like power, Hamashiach-like power. That's when they going to know. Some gonna be in that concentration camp just to get the power. And Buzz gonna be like, what the? Right? So all the art, and the devil gonna be confounded because they're gonna have the whole camp laid out, guns, ammunition everywhere, a bunch of trained dummies. Get over there. You know? Newly evolved advanced weapons just for a damn nigga to get power. That's when they gonna know. And there was ones that were doing this. or at home believing in this. Watch. Was that it? I think that was it. If you had another one, you got it.
2 Ezra 16 and 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
Yep, that's it. So it's a fiery trial we got to go through to prove what? We golden. And only the gold going to last. Everything else going to melt. Oh, and that's another point I want to make with the trumpets. He said the trumpets were silver, right? Well, the trumpets represent us too, because if you get Isaiah 1 and 22 real quick, they were made of all whole silver, right? Go ahead.
Isaiah 1 and 22. Thy silver is become dross.
See, we're actually the silver. So we know the trumpet being blown right now, right? But it ain't, every Jake can't blow the trumpet because they got dross. The trumpets were all silver. So the Lord proving us as gold and silver, as he said, right? We stand in the test of time through these afflictions, the life we got to live, and through the final battle that we about to face, which we facing now, man. Go ahead.
It says, thy wine mixed with water.
Yeah, that's it. Bros, had anything else? You got anything else?
Yeah, I can finish on this one.
You got it.
2 Ezra 16 and 74, hear ye, O my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand.
Jacob's trouble. Go ahead.
And I will deliver you from the same.
Right, so that's what's on the way, man. They rolling the whole infrastructure out. They already know people gonna buck up against it. And they got the places stationed that they gonna take you people. They know these stores about to get destroyed when the energy crisis hit over here that's hitting over in Europe. They said goddamn Europe, they cutting the lights off right now. And in China. That's what happened in Egypt.
Right.
It's gonna go black here. But it's a lie. They don't have to do it. They just gonna do it because they want to control you people, man. And they got some that's whistleblowers and are actually awakened Hebrew Israelites that's gonna go against them. And then they just got casualties. Somebody they just ain't taking nobody's shit today. They got a concentration camp for your ass, right? And that's basically it. So we're gonna be brought through all of this. We just gotta keep our faith and our integrity. And Lord willing, he allows us to, right? Anything else? So with that, we're gonna face the east. Lord willing, we've been edified and say, Call Allah,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Wahara Kakodash.
Ababa Ball,
Ababa Ball,
Ababa Ball,
Ababa Ball,
Ababa Ball,
Ababa Ball.
Call me Ashala.
Kwame Yashala.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.